It's never really the final fight. We're just going to be playing Final Fight forever and ever and ever. Hello, everyone. Hello, Chibi UFO. Thank you. I see this is your first time seeing the starting screen. I had that commissioned by a pixel artist before I started streaming named The Pixel Pigeon. I'm not sure if he has a Twitch account, but I'm not sure if he streams very much. But as you can see, he did a fantastic job. I pretty much just said these are some of the characters I like. This is kind of what the stream is going to be focused on. Like, what do you think? Throw some ideas out, and he came up with something pretty amazing, I would say. Welcome, Starlight Midori Land. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, I'm super happy with that intro. He also did a lot of the emotes, and well, I guess the emotes are kind of part. He did a couple of the animated emotes. Friend of the stream, Enerjax, did a bunch of the other ones, but he did all of the standard. So the non-animated emotes are all kind of pulled from the border. The border around me here was also his work, and we all kind of did that in one big package. It was good stuff. Good stuff indeed. And then of course the wonderful opening song by Phantom Iris, who appeared in the YouTube Castlevania video, and who may just be appearing in the upcoming Final Fight video too. So, relevant to the topic at hand today. I'm not really going to be covering the version of Final Fight that we're going to be playing today in the video, but I feel, because so many people mentioned it during the last Final Fight stream, and I had been aware of it. I'd been aware that there was a homebrew port of Final Fight to the Mega Drive. God bless engineers and them doing ports to platforms that things were not originally on. They continue to give us riches. Dark Tetsuya, welcome. This is my first time playing this. I booted it up to make sure it worked, and that is about all I did. So I'm going in pretty blind, just knowing a couple little things about some of the modifications that they made. And I know it's a couple years old at this point, but I figured now would be the time to check it out, right? Now that I still got Final Fight on the brain. The Sega CD Final Fight because of the input delay. Yeah, we played the Mega CD Final Fight, was it last week? We played the Super Nintendo, we played the Mega CD, and we played the X68000 actually. And yeah, that Mega CD one I love the music. Music's great. I love those arrangements, but everything else is kind of poopy. It's not great. It's kind of better and worse than the Super Nintendo version in different ways. I feel like that punch is it's just so slow. I could not get the rhythm of Cody's Infinite Punch in that, even with my auto fire button on, because it was so slow. I liked it didn't eat inputs when the slowdown hit like the Super Nintendo one did. That was so much fun, just having my jumps eaten because the Super Nintendo slowed down too much. Yeah, that's good stuff. And then like the X68000 version is really interesting, right? Because I get into this a little bit in the upcoming video, but like I feel like, at least when I was coming up on the early video gaming internet, it was always talked about like, oh, there's a computer port of Final Fight that's only in Japan, and it's arcade perfect, and it's so good. And it is good. It's not arcade perfect. It does not try to be arcade perfect. They rearrange all sorts of things. They're just like, what if we just put the barrels over here? No reason. It's not, as far as I know, limit sprite limitations or anything. What if we just move the barrels? I don't like it. I mean, I guess if you've spent your life up until that point mastering Final Fight, right, and you really want sort of a rearranged version, it would be pretty good for that. But if you're playing it through the eyes of wanting an arcade perfect port that you can play at home, like that ain't it. It's really good. It's a great version, but it's not arcade perfect. Yeah, X68K, the emulation's gotten pretty good, both on Mister and on like the RetroArch core is what I did it on, and it worked great. I didn't pick up any problems. I've touched an original X68K at events. It's never had Final Fight in it, unfortunately. It's always had other stuff in it. So I have some ideas to how games run on that, and it didn't seem off at all to me. So we'll be I'm looking forward to plumbing the depths of the X68000 library, perhaps on far future streams, because that's really a blind spot for me. Like I don't own any Japanese microcomputers. I haven't had too much exposure to them outside of, farting around with whatever they happen to give me at shows, your MagFest, your Midwest Gaming Classics, which is coming up this weekend, and things like that. So I don't I know by hearsay and by legend a lot of those titles, but I haven't actually played them, which is something I should probably fix one day. Yeah, it's really crazy. Just multiple emulators, right? Like you've got all these strides that have happened recently with the main PlayStation 3 emulator that just in the last year has come like leaps and bounds for figuring out how to like really make those games playable on not like a super, super high-end PC. It's crazy. Like I used to be, and like you all can't, my gaming collection, my physical gaming collection is not in back of me here. It's in my basement. And I only really buy physical stuff these days if it's old. These days, like do what you want. I'm not criticizing anyone for anything. But I feel like in the days where a physical copy of a game is just a disc in a box and not even a manual, that takes a lot of the allure out of it for me. So I don't go out of my way to buy new titles physical unless there's, a bonus or some particular reason to. But old stuff, if I'm buying old stuff, I do from time to time still buy physical for that. And I have a fairly sizable collection here. But for the longest time, I was a real hardware purist, and I still see the value in it, and I still have almost every piece of real hardware that I want, and a RetroTink and all this other stuff. But some of the things that emulation does these days, like, for example, like if you're emulating a Super Nintendo game, right? Like you're not really going to be able to make that better per se, unless somebody does a ROM hack or whatever, like Gradius 3 without the slowdown or whatever. But when it gets into more 3D stuff, like especially like your PSPs, your 3DSs, your DSs, and things like this, like emulators that can actually scale up the internal resolution of the assets way past what that original hardware was capable of doing, like that's very compelling. And I ignored that for the longest time because I kind of fell in with real hardware. And real hardware still has its place, but like none of this stuff is possible with the limitations of real hardware, right? So like as time passes, I just kind of developed a taste for going back to this stuff and really started kind of seeing the benefit of it. And so I think it's a little silly to just be like real hardware or nothing, because you're missing out on so much. Like, what are you going to do for arcade boards? Does that mean you have to buy every arcade board of every game you want? Like, will you not use MAME? It's I don't know. It's weird. Everybody has their own line, and it's fine. I'm not coming after anybody for anything. Yeah, funds are, and that's the other thing, right? Like space has always been a thing, obviously, right? Like I do not have a gigantic house, but I have enough space to hold, a pretty good amount of games. I organize them pretty nicely on shelves and whatnot. But funds, that's the real thing, right? Especially now with the way the retro game market has just gone completely out of control. Like it's crazy to afford, you know, a lot of this stuff. And I could never blame anyone for it. I don't buy as much as I used to because the prices have just gotten so nuts. Even though especially if you're like me and you import a lot of stuff from Japan, the dollar is way up over the yen, and Japanese stuff does still tend to be better price-wise than US stuff does, but still it's not inexpensive, you know. Even the prices on the Japanese stuff has gone up. It's crazy. Chibi UFO, you are an actual X68000 collector. It sounds like. Wow. Well, you said you have a JB Harold Murder Club game, so maybe you just have the game. Or you just mean like you have an X68000 and you have like a game, but you don't have like a lot of other software. People who actually collect X68000 titles really, really, really fascinate me. Like how they came into all this, you know? Those computers are real fascinating things to collect, because it's like you have a different set of problems almost than when you're collecting consoles, right? Okay, so you just got you saw your chance to get a game and you got the game. That's cool though. They come in nice packages, don't they? The X68000 games. I don't know that I'll ever own a real X68000. I don't know that I care to. I mean, if I just happened on one for a cheap price, which I never would, I wouldn't turn my nose up at it, but I'm not gonna go after it. Yeah, arcade collecting is really an interesting thing too. Boards, yeah, the prices of boards have just gone so nuts as well. I am not immune to the charms of arcade hardware, and my future may hold some more of it, but I don't know how crazy I'll go with boards. I do have in my basement, I think I've said this on stream before, so apologies if this is a repeat for anyone, but I have a Japanese table, you know, cocktail style table cabinet, a Japanese Taito version of Space Invaders Part 2 down there. I got it at last year's Midwest Gaming Classic for a song, like way better than I ever would have imagined such a thing. It's all working. The monitor does not seem to be super old. So like it's, you know, the glass on top of it is pretty scratched. There's some imperfections that I can fix with time without too much of a problem. I also have not explored, because this is, you know, Space Invaders Part 2 is well before the age of the JAMA standard and the JAMA harness. So I do not know how easy or hard it would be for me to put another board in there. That's just a bridge I haven't crossed yet, and maybe one day I will, because I'm not completely ignorant of how stuff works, but I'm also not like a super experienced person when it comes to modifying hardware. I did work in an arcade back in the day. I did some repairs. I'm familiar with how your average upright cabinet works. I've never really maintained a cabinet this old before. And so one of these days I'll have to go and poke around in there and be like, okay, how easy could I, you know, what's the connector? How is this board connected to everything? How, you know, can I buy adapters? Like, what do I need to do for something that has a JAMA harness? Because even I don't remember what year the JAMA standard started, but I think like, you know, even well into like the Final Fight days, for example, you would see that thing in table style cabinets too. Like they would just take games that they would put in candy cabs and they would put them into table cabinets, because those table cabinets were all just still around, you know? Because, you know, it's Japan and they're a little bit more space efficient. Oh yeah, I am, the CRTs is a whole other thing, obviously. I know where to touch a CRT and where not to touch a CRT. Also, I'm not very enterprising when it comes to that. Like, I know my limits. when it comes to repairs, and monitors are firmly out of my scope. Could I learn? I'm sure I could. But yeah, the concept of working on a CRT and the sort of dangers that come along with that I am aware of those, and they are enough of a thing present in my mind to maybe keep me away from it. And I know, the world's running out of people who know how to maintain CRTs. Don't I know it? But it's been a while since I checked in on him, and he's an older gentleman, so I hope that nothing has happened, though something will eventually happen. I'll tell a quick story before we get started here. I know I'm belaboring the point here by just yapping. So several years ago, when I got my what is it? Is it a 19-inch? I think it's a 19-inch, excuse me, Sony PVM, which is a very coveted item. I realize I am a very lucky person to have such a thing. And I did not, I mean, I got it before they really blew up in price, but the person who I got it from was nice enough to, no, don't apologize. It's on me, really. What was I saying? Yes, right. PVM. So I got one several years ago. I did not pay nothing for it, but I also did not pay even close to what market value was for it. And I've had to have some maintenance. Hold on. I've had to have some maintenance done on it over the years, which is totally expected for a CRT of that age. And of course, I'd had regular consumer CRT sets that I had had over the years. Big things that I ended up getting rid of because they're just a pain in the butt to move. When you get up to like a 27-inch Trinitron or something, like moving that thing you shouldn't do it by yourself. It's going to kill you. But I had to figure out, okay, in the year at that point might have been, I don't know, 2021 or something. No, it would have been before that, actually. Gosh, maybe this was like 2018 or something like that. 2018, 2019, let's just say. And I had to figure out, okay, this thing is having problems. How do I get this serviced? I don't know how to do it. And obviously these types of TVs have not been in vogue for a very long time. So there are still TV repair places, obviously. But I would call them and they'd be like, oh, no, we don't work on those. We only work on, modern sets, which is not very surprising. So I went through a handful of that, having people tell me that. And eventually, I'm just going through Google in my local area, and I'm trying everybody, right? And I find a place called TV Repair Buddy, which is maybe 10, 15 minutes from where I live. And I call, and I get voicemail, so I leave a message. I get a text back, maybe 30 minutes later or less. And it's a very surly text is all I really remember of it. Not quite what do you want, but not also that far from that either. And so almost like they half listened to the message or something, even though I explained everything in the message. So I kind of explain it all again through text. And they're like, yep, I can help. And I'm like, wow, okay, cool. So, is this the address, the one that was in Google? And there's like, yep, bring it by. And, they give me a time and a day and whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is great. And I'm driving, and I realize as the GPS is telling me I'm getting closer to it, that I'm in a neighborhood. I'm in a residential neighborhood. And I'm like, this is going to be some guy's house. Is this right? And so the address is a guy's house. And so I pull into the driveway, and I'm like, I guess I'll sheepishly knock on the door and be like, I think I have the wrong place, but is this TV Repair Buddy? I knock on the door, no one of the house. There's a house in the garage. I get no answer. So I'm like, okay, this is probably just bad information. But just for laughs, before I get back in my car and I'm sitting there texting, I text the number. I'm like, I'm here. I'm not sure if I'm in the right place. And all of a sudden I hear the garage door opening. And this guy comes out of his garage and waves to me. He's an older Indian gentleman. And I come over and I'm like, oh, okay. And so I talk to him, and he's very nice in person. He's not nearly as surly as he came off as in his text messages. And like, he's an old school TV repair guy from back in the day. And he just knew how to work with this stuff. Like, he's like, oh yeah, I don't work on it much anymore because not many people bring me this stuff, but I know how to do it. I did it for years and years. So yeah, what's the problem? Leave it here. Give me a week. I'll text you. I'll tell you how much it is. And like I've had to bring it to him a couple times. His prices have been very reasonable. I have no idea where he sources his parts from, but he's managed to fix the couple of problems I've had with that PVM over the years. And like when he is gone, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Like if that PVM dies, I think I will just abandon the CRT lifestyle. And I'll just enjoy the fact that I have a retro tink that can give me, CRT-like effects on a 4K TV and just be happy with that. Like, I think this is my one, this is my one. I'm not gonna, especially with the prices of these things now, like I'm not gonna get that lucky again if this thing breaks and I don't, have a good way of servicing it without having to ship it, which is its own brand of nightmare. So yeah, that's my TV repair story, I guess. But fingers crossed that guy lives forever, because otherwise I'll have no way of getting a TV fixed, a CRT fixed anyway. All right, okay, that's enough story time. So this is my first time playing this Mega Drive port of The Final Fight. And I think I'm going to take this a little holistically here. And by that, I mean that I know there are a couple different modes in this. And I want to try what they advertise as the arcade mode first, because I want to see a little bit more holistically how this feels compared to the arcade version. And then we'll kind of explore some of the additions that they've made and some of the unique features and things like that, because I definitely want to check those out as well. But I want to pick a character I know. I want to pick the arcade mode just to kind of see how everything feels, right? Let's see. Make sure we have good volume here. All right, so we've got the intro. A classic intro. Maybe 75 or so. That seems about right, I think. Got the phone ring, good. I'm assuming it won't have the voices. I'm assuming they're just going right for the... Yep, here we go, okay. Oh, it's panning. It's stereo panning. I can tell in the headphones. Okay. I like it. This is a good rendition of the song. Yep. Hold on, we gotta play it. Jessica. Nice. Very impressive. I'm even amazed that Retro Trinkets progress. I didn't think half of the stuff it does was actually possible. No, I'm with you. I had a 5X. Was it called 5X? Yeah, the one before this. And that had some weird quirks. I feel like it was great, but mine anyway had some weird quirks. And I got a 4K, a Tink 4K. I think just before all the tariff stuff started happening, because they were like, oh, you know, like so many people, we don't know what's going to happen with this and blah, 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 blah. So I was like, you know what? This is as good a time as any to kind of rip off the Band-Aid on a RetroTink. And I'm not sorry that I did. Like my Mister is you can't see it because I don't have another camera pointing over there, but there's a RetroTink and a Mister sitting right over there that are connected into my capture device. Most of the things I played on stream have been emulation on my PC, but I've got that all hooked up ready to go just in case. And yeah, Starlight Me 29 points out that this is still not like the final version. They do still advertise it as in beta, so that's probably a pretty important distinction to make. Yeah, all right. Let's see what we got here. So I was poking around in the options earlier today, and I saw some intriguing things. So we do have a built-in turbo, which is neat. I like that. And we have some extra options. So these are specifically for Mega Mode. So we'll see. We're not going to try Mega Mode right away, but Mega Mode is kind of like their arrangement. You know, their arranged mode where they add all this extra stuff. I mean, we can kind of see juggling in Final Fight. Holy shit. I want to see what that looks like. Extra moves, extra bosses. I think some of these you have to unlock. I think some of it is like almost like an achievement system kind of deal. So some of this is very intriguing to me. But since we're going to try arcade version first, just as a point of comparison, there's not too much in here for us. Other than I'm just going to turn on turbo because I like to have turbo on to do that infinite punch a little bit easier. Congratulations on playing Final Fight for the Mega Drive. Thank you, Eugene Levy, and thank you, GBUFO. Congratulations indeed. All right, let's see. All right. Main game, Survivor Plus. So yeah, this is probably like the time attack mode that was in the Mega CD version, I'm guessing. Survivor Plus is maybe a unique thing, but we're just gonna go main game and we're gonna go arcade style just for this first attempt here. All right, we got saves. That's fun. New save file. All right, sure. Our classic lineup here, right? I know about the character that they added in Mega Mode, and I'm very much looking forward to that. But first, you know what? We're gonna go with what we know best. We're just gonna go good old Cody. Here he comes. Oh, that's fast. Wow. Okay. All right. Hold on. We gotta. Well, hold on. All right, he's got a little more. Oh, okay. Already, we got no scroll. We can't scroll that screen. That's interesting. Okay. I wonder if that's somehow tied into like Mega Drive hardware limitations. Because we can't really do it. So some of the tricks aren't going to work. That's okay. I mean, this is a port. It's not. I don't think anyone claimed arcade perfection here. These are those things I like to notice. That's all. No, sir. No, sir. You're not going back there. We're not going to let that happen. All right. Down into the subway. I think they did a good job with this music for the platform. Honestly, I do. Infinite punch, not too hard to do with oh, okay, you're gonna oh, all right, you're just like you're schmooving me here. What's going on? Come on. All right. He came on screen way quicker than I thought he was going to. I was buffering that jump to do the extra joy, and he just came running on. Alright, hopefully our turkey is still in here. Yes, it is. Oh, and we get a knife. Oh, you immediately threw the knife. Okay. Alright, come on. Alright, we still got the guy. Yep, we got the guy past the door to bait. Oh, you're what? You're moving, buddy. Come on. Come on. Oh, you're not. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, I had that coming. Alright, I'm probably not going to get the infinite punch because he's probably going to do his jump. Oh, no, he's not yet. Oh, oops. I think this turbo is a little faster than what I'm used to, so the infinite punch might be... Ah! That's on me. God damn it. Come here. We'll do it. What, really? Okay. Oops. I thought I was playing Hagar for a second here. Good God. Grabbing just makes me... Alright. I lost a life on that, so I'll have to live with that shame, but... You are... Sir, you are very jump happy. Alright, you're gonna... Why are you not jumping out? What are you waiting for? I don't like the... Oh, okay, that's interesting. You just kinda... Huh. Interesting different behaviors here. Absolutely, Chibi UFO. Final Fight 2 and 3 will certainly be covered on Scrolling Down the Belt. We just haven't quite gotten that far in time yet. We've just... The next episode, which will come out in May, will be us entering 1992. I don't have the year in front of me that Final Fight 2 came out, but it is certainly on my list. It will happen. At this point, I'm really trying to do everything. I may miss some things just because it's hard to get like an exact list of, you know, of everything. Oh, okay. We got a little bit of a different enemy arrangement here too, I feel like. I don't think there was a Poison and a Roxy there originally. Yeah, the dates really do get hard to pin down. Do the old knife shuffle here. Okay, we're all ready. I do feel like they're a little bit more kind on enemy health. Like, I feel like these guys... I'm eating through these guys, like, way quicker than I ought to. Which, I'm not gonna complain about that. 93 offhand. Yeah, that sounds right, Dark Tetsuya. That sounds right. I do have a list that I've been keeping of all of these, just so I, you know, am not breaking chronology, but every once in a while I find something new that I either was unaware of as a game or, like, did not consider for the list. And I have to try and backfill it in there. An apology from Capcom. Yeah. It is, I guess, spoiler, and I haven't revisited Final Fight 2 in a while, but my opinion of it, back when last I played it, was like, this game drags. So I doubt I'll feel differently, especially now that I feel like I'm, like, way more sensitive to that than I maybe was before. It does have co-op, though, which was the big draw, certainly the big draw for me when I first rented it. Yeah, it's fun two-player, right? Like, I think a version of Final Fight that you can play two-player, and from memory, it's not as balls hard as the original Final Fight was. Like, I feel like they eased up on the difficulty. Like, the enemy patterns are not, I don't think, insane. Like they're just not quite chasing the same thing. From memory, I could be way off on that, and I could completely change my tune when I replay it for the show. But yeah, it totally is an apology. Like you're not off base on that at all, I don't think. And honestly, the one that I have very little experience that I'm really looking forward to revisiting is Final Fight 3, Final Fight Tough. That I'm really looking forward to putting some time into that one, but it's a ways until we get there. You can play it on your Sega Genesis now. Well, I don't know if anyone's actually made a cartridge of it or not, but you can play it on a thing that approximates a Sega Genesis. How about that? Did it ease up with the final level on expert mode as a total pain in the ass? Okay. Well, that'll be fun then. Yeah, like I feel like in the arcade version, I'm not one grab punch throwing and beating Slash yet at this point. Or Flash Cart. Yes, true. Very true for the Flash Cart. I don't really have Flash Carts for the most part. I got a Mister. I got a PC that can emulate just about anything. I got original hardware, but I don't really have Flash Carts. All right. I gotta try it, right? I have to try it. I have to see if it works. Oh, wait. Okay, I can't. All right, never mind. Maybe I'm not, because they're kind of tearing me apart here. They're really tearing me apart here. Okay. Get away from me. Give me that curry. No, you didn't give me the curry. Give me the curry. Thank you. I was trying to see if the barrels worked. My God, people. Like, where was all your aggression up until this point? Now you're just, like, going nuts. Here comes the barrels. I wanted to ride them. I wanted to ride them to the end of the line, but they wouldn't let me. Yeah, I definitely get the appeal of a Flash Cart. Like, you got them all in your hardware already. They're all ready to go. I totally get it. I'm not, like, anti-Flash Cart in any way. Kind of one of those things I just never got around to, you know? I never prioritized. Oh, they did make an actual cartridge for it as well. Nice. The one thing I am interested in getting an actual cartridge for when it becomes a thing is Eartheon on the Mega Drive. I would like to have an original cartridge of that. That'd be fun. And I have I'm waiting to get it shipped over from my proxy, but I do have some Japanese homebrew cartridges, a couple of them that I'm looking forward to streaming. They're not homebrews. They're not like ports of existing games. They're wholly original games that people had made for the Mega Drive. Yeah, and there's no barrel in back here, so like there's definitely some things that are different. There's usually a barrel right here to keep guys from coming in back of you. And yeah, Eartheon. I also have Eartheon on Steam. I need to get a little bit better at a clear for that. Ah, I wanted the beer. Oh, Eartheon. The Eartheon cartridge is actually out? I didn't realize it was actually out. Let's see if the same trick works. Oh, takes way longer to get up. Way longer. Look at that! Oh, and the rope trick doesn't even work? Are you kidding me? Alright. Normally you can walk against the ropes like that. But they made him, like, almost be like just off the ropes. I still managed to get through them, so it's fine. I also suck at fighting Relento, Chibi UFO, as you'll see soon enough. Rolento is a... Oh, this is a good version of this song, too. Oh my gosh. Doing good work with the Mega Drive sound font here. They had to remove stuff because of the glitches. Which glitches? I like some of the little flourishes they do with some of these songs. They add little flourishes to them that I think are just really good touches.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like, hats off to the composer. Oh, that's not a knife there. Okay. All right. The Andore doesn't come charging out here, so in a way they're making this a good bit easier, I would say. I mean, will he even come out at all is the next question. Oh yeah, there he is. Okay. Alright, come on. Nope. I keep wanting to hit double button for the extra joy, but they've mapped it to... They've mapped it to a third button in this, and that's taken me a little bit to get used to. Come on. Yeah, Lucio would have been a good addition. Missing tiles and hit detections. Ah, I see. Okay, that's what you mean by glitches. Lucia, yeah, I remember her. I remember from what little I played of Final Fight 3, her being pretty good. No food in there? Really? Oh, and boy, the arrangement of this is just so different. That Andore is not supposed to come out until... And it's interesting, like, I may be misremembering this, but in the arcade version, I feel like the Andore tends to charge you more than he does try to get behind you. And in this one, like, he was definitely trying to get behind me. So just these little things, right? But it makes it interesting, I think. And the Ouriburs and whatnot, I feel like charge just way more. Like, these guys are charging every chance they get. Look at this. It's crazy. Yep, Final Fight 3 guy was a good one for sure. And who was, I think Hagar was still in 3. Was there a fourth character, or was it just those 3? It's been so long, I can't really remember. Oh god, no, I screwed it up. Hagar is in 3. Was there another character besides those, or was that, or was it just the 3? Dean! That's right. I knew there was somebody else. Alright, is the guy... Oh, they're just throwing me off. Oh, that happens right! Wow, okay. Wow! Ouriburs, my god, you guys are just... I know they're not all Ouriburs, but... I gotta call them something. Yeah, this is crazy, like how they rearrange these. I don't know what to expect anymore. Because I don't know what they're gonna do. No. Like, this is basically the same. Not exactly the same, but basically the same. This is a good song. One of the best, I would say. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna be able to... I don't quite have Infinite Punch quite on lock on this version, because it's quite fast, actually. You can't do the scroll thing where you don't get the enemies to spawn. I don't love that. Get some of these fools off of me. Eddie E is, like, a lot more docile, at least so far. Like, he's just kind of letting stuff happen. Oh, we got another... Okay. We just got guys flowing off the screen here. It's almost, like, to my advantage to scroll it, then. And what the hell? Oh. He, like... It's almost more to my advantage. Okay, he still has his crazy-ass grabs. All right. Yeah, here comes the gun. Okay, I was gonna say. Oh, he's really, like... Come on. There we go. That wasn't horrible. Got his gum. His gum was green, though. And in a different spot. Usually it's up there in the corner. Okay, I hope the line trick they kept, where I can just keep walking across this line and be safe from the flames. If they change that, then I don't know what the hell to do here. They don't seem to have. Because, I mean, otherwise, that just makes the stage, like, what the hell do you do? You're just getting hit by flames constantly, right? That's right. Run into them. Do my work for me. But just very slowly. Because the flames take a lot longer to kill you in this game than they do in the arcade version, apparently. No, oh god, I got off of it. Oh no. Now I'm gonna have to, like, hang out here. And someone's gonna come from this side and I'm gonna be kind of screwed. Probably the Andore. Yeah, you guys just keep running into that! Shut this place down! Yeah, what the hell is this place even doing? Why is it here? It's just shooting fire out of the ground! It's some sort of industrial area, but, like, what can it really be doing, right? Like, what is its purpose? It's just... You have, like, molten... They do work hard. Oh. Alright, you're just gonna... That's working too hard. Molten, not lava isn't the right word, but just like some kind of like molten material. Like that's hazard. You'd hazard pay for that. What was that? They're like doing a boogie behind these barrels and then they decide to kick it at me? You guys, I swear to God. Yes, fire is shooting from the ground. Exactly. Like what? These are not safe working conditions, people. What? That is not... How would I have ever known that was coming? That would not happen in the arcade version. we're throwing barrels here in this level. Like, I don't know what to expect now. All right, I assume Orbers still. Yep, okay, that's still a thing. Okay. All right, do we still have... Yep, okay. All right, this is not... get back there. Wasn't really trying to do that. Yep. Alright, you guys apparently just scrolled the screen forward like a whole lot, so that's a thing. Infinite punch on a man who's blocking. Alright, do we have the normal gauntlet here? Yeah, I should have seen that one coming. Oh god, we've got you guys here. Okay. Nope. No. No! Yep, here comes the elevator. They changed the position of the ladder. Well, actually, no, they didn't. I'm sorry. You still have the thing in the... Okay, good. These guys are still... There's fewer of them, which is very interesting. They changed kind of the arrangement of how they're coming down a little bit. So again, I kind of don't know what to expect anymore. Like, this is totally different, how they're doing this. Completely different. I would like the turkey, please. No, I would like the turkey, please. Thank you. Do the Elgatos or whatever still come down, I wonder? Yep, they do. I don't really have them grouped up, though, so this is going to kind of be a shit show. Yep. And now here's Rolento, so... That Elgato is just, like, camping in the corner. Alright, and now the... Jesus, Rolento. Ah. How easy can I walk up and grab you? Yeah, I assume the tactic is mostly just to super joy like crazy when you've gone into like spastic mode. Okay, you're actually pretty easy to lock down. The anthrax stick. Alright, this does not do a lot of damage to him, per se. Okay, they nerfed Rolento, like, hardcore. I can't say I'm upset, either. Like, that is the easiest Rolento there has ever been in the history of Final Fight. So people who don't like fighting Rolento, I highly recommend this version because you will not have so much of a problem. Alright, I assume the trick is it's still the middle. Yep, seems to be. Oh, I didn't quite hit it in the middle there. I might not perfect that one because I feel like I didn't get one of those. Am I not? You gotta... Whoa. You gotta kind of hit him dead on. The anthrax stick. Alright, I'm sure I probably can't do this because it wasn't letting me scroll the screen all the way back before. Alright, not only that, but they just like come out and totally shut me down, so that's fine, we'll play it. We'll play it straight. Come on, come on. A little harder for me to do the back jump in this version, actually. Just like getting the inputs for it right. Really? Okay. There we go. Okay, alright. We're just gonna... So they definitely turn it up a little more by the time you get to this stage, that's for sure. 'Cause they're kind of doing more damage all across the board, I would say, compared to earlier. But gosh, Rolento, just so much easier. It's crazy how much easier he was. Yeah, there we go. I will not be afraid to use a continue or two. This is a really interesting version. I actually really like it. Like, it generally feels good, I would say. I don't... If you're after Arcade Perfect, like, it's not. And that's okay. Like, at this point, that's fine. We have Arcade Perfect versions of this game. We have the arcade version we can just play. But they made really interesting decisions with it. Especially with how they nerfed Rolento. Hello, Red Spectra. You just missed the easiest Rolento in the history of Final Fight. In this particular port we're playing. Whoa, okay. It is still a work in progress, yes, you are correct. Lordy! Don't walk off screen. No, we don't... There are not supposed to be this many of you on screen! For the love of God! Why are there so many of you? Ah! Oh, it's way better than the Super NES port. Like, way better. We're gonna do some Hagar. Let's switch to Hagar here. Okay, alright, okay. Take it easy. Settle down, Beavis. These guys are so aggressive with the charge that it's nuts! All they do is charge in this version. I swear. Oh yeah, it would have absolutely fried the NES. Like, your Super NES would be a puddle on the ground. The appeal is definitely the what-if factor. I totally agree with that. It's like seeing new and different versions like this that are I would call them like rearrangements are very interesting things to me. And yeah, I think as opposed to like, what if we did an Arcade Perfect port to the Mega Drive? Like, this is just way more interesting. Like, it gives you more of a reason. Like, you know, you could learn a 1-credit clear for this version if you wanted to, right? It's because you have to learn different things. All right, does the barrel trick? Oh, the barrel trick totally does not work in this one. He just blows right past it. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that pile driver crowd control. There we go. That's the real stuff when it comes to Hagar right there. Okay, I was off center for that one. That one's on me. I will say, it feels way easier to do the backbreaker loops in this one. Okay, I should have been ready for that one, because that was in the arcade version. Someone needs to put it on super graphics? Oh man, that would be a treat. I would love to see a super graphics version of this. Super graphics could even do like a better version of like the Mega CD, you know, type thing where they were putting in like the cutscenes and whatnot even. That'd be kind of cool to see. Alright, yeah, I guess I'm supposed to be scrolling the screen slowly for the Roxys and the Poisons, if that even works in this one. I'm not sure if I did it a little too far, or if, they're just like, nah, we're gonna give them to you all at once. Yeah, okay. Whatever, in for a penny, in for a pound, we're gonna scroll this screen. Ah. Yeah, I feel like they're just, all bets are off here. And they're just gonna be like, well, we're gonna make you do this gauntlet the hard way. Yeah, I actually feel like backbreaker loops are way easier to do in this. It does have a pretty good port of Ghouls and Ghosts, that's true. Super Graphics does not have many games. But the ones it does have are interesting, I suppose. It has a... what is it? It's got a couple of shooters on there, I think, if I remember correctly. Well, we got the sexy bathroom is back. It's still sexy. We got a lot more guys. Sexy bathroom, let's go! Of course. No, we're not going to do any of that. Get all you fools on one side, come on. I'll use the pipe if I gotta. Okay, they were not liking that I was waiting for that guy to get up. Yep. Come on! We're done with the members of Guns N' Roses. No, we're not. We got this guy. This Slash in particular. Now that's what they should have done. They should have renamed more of these enemies. They should have gone all, what was it, Mega Man X5? And they should have renamed more of the enemies to the various members of Guns N' Roses, apart from just Axl and Slash. That would have certainly been a decision they could have made. I love how these guys get stuck on stuff and they just kind of boogie there for a little while, like our friend here. If it was that same guy at Capcom... Was this a... oh... Well, I think it was the localizer's decision to do the Guns N' Roses, right? They were not named that in the original Japanese version, so far as I remember. But, like, as a Guns N' Roses fan, like, Duff McWhalen is it's just brilliant. I can't... I can't be upset about Duff McWhalen. They were changed, which is a crime, honestly. Fire Guy's not really as much of a threat in this part, I would say, as they were in the original one. They kind of come in much more steadily, and so they're a lot easier to handle. Before, you kind of had to sit around here and be able to knock their things out of their hands, which you can still do, because I just did it. Okay, I feel like that should have hit me, but, you know, I'm not going to complain. The fire spread, yeah, no, I agree with that. I think they kind of nerfed it a little bit, which, again, I'm okay with that. Because, like, that's a classic arcade game, but, like, don't let anyone tell you it didn't have some bullshit, right? Because it definitely did. Okay, alright. Alchemizing here, look at this. All these diamonds. Alright, we got a pipe. We got some whiskey. We're coming up on Statue of Liberty here. Oh no, they're doing a... I didn't even know we were at this part because the patented surrounding barrels are not here. I know, right? Hagar, it's his fuel. These guys, I hate to jinx it, but they're certainly still challenging, but they're just a lot better behaved than they were in the arcade version, that's for sure. That part was just a terrible gauntlet. Oh yes, give me that sweet, sweet hot dog. No, you're not going past. Wow, they're throwing more enemies at once for this part. Yeah, it's just, they've arranged things so differently. Like, some parts are easier and some parts are much harder. It's just, they've made very interesting decisions. Okay, now you guys are just so punch happy. Come on. And that guy has not gotten off the bench yet. Alright, let's try... Guy. There we go. Yeah, I'm really... Yeah, with how easy they made Relento, I'm really interested to see what they're gonna do here. Like, I don't know which way they're gonna go. I don't know if they're gonna make him, like, a lot harder, or if they're gonna completely nerf him like they did for Relento. If you can't tell, I was legitimately shocked with how much easier they made Relento. Alright, so I'm wondering... I am gonna be at Midwest Gaming Classic this year, Shermanator. I will be there Saturday and Sunday. I will be at the I'll be at the Enerjax's booth, helping run that and shamelessly peddle my book the entire weekend, and I'll be on a Diamond Fight of Retronauts hosted panel. I'm about to run out of time. Oh, okay, he went right into the grab. That's, I believe, at 10:30 on the first opening day, Saturday, and I think I'm on a couple signings. I'll post the times because I don't really have them right in front of me. Jump kick still beats that, right? Yeah. But yeah, they got me doing a couple things. As far as I know, I won't be on the main Retronauts panel because they've got enough Retronauts here this year. They don't need me for backup there. Okay, yeah, that doesn't work. Not with these charging guys. Jump kick too early. Yeah, please do. Please do stop by and say what's up. But when you run up to the booth, please make sure you run up and go, oh, just like Abigail. That's my only request, really. What? I swear jump kicks always beat him. Before. We can probably do some shenanigans. Oh no, we can't. What was the thing you had to... Okay, boy, oh boy. All right, Abigail. Come on. Oh, where is it? We can play that game. You want to keep doing it? That's fine. I mean, I think, assuming the jump kicks keep beating you out. All right, we're gonna do this? All right, okay. Good. Good. Oh, I love it. Well, Abigail cooperates at the end when apparently he just keeps doing his angry dash. Oh, the survival mode is a carryover from the Sega CD, because I know the Sega CD version had the time trial mode. I remember that. I played around with it a little bit, but not too much. All right, that was... Whoa, we had like Hagar did like a slide there. That was kind of crazy. Like we have like friction on the pavement here. Yeah, I thought that they did that in time tri... Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm mixing up my my modes. Yeah, I definitely remember the thing where you fight enemies on the bridge on that unique stage. It's been a while since I played around with that mode specifically on the Sega CD version, though. But yeah, I saw that they were options. And I did my button test in that mode, I think. Just to make sure everything was okay, fine. Yeah, if I remember correctly, in the arcade version, to do the backbreaker loop, you had to hold, like, down or up. And here, maybe I am unconsciously holding down or up, but I feel like I'm getting the backbreaker loop just by holding a regular direction, which is not... Makes it a little weird to do infinite punches with the other characters. I mean, obviously, Hagar's infinite punch is its own weird thing that's at least a little bit harder for me to do. A flare, oh god, I would legitimately panic if a flurry of people ran up to me and just went, oh! It's like, the way I do it, it almost makes it sound more like the Colossus scream from X-Men. Probably because I've been to too many MagFests and I've heard way too many people do the Colossus scream. But yeah, they're very similar, I feel like, the Colossus scream and Abigail's. There's a pizza in that chandelier. What do you know? Okay. Well, you know what? We're gonna be hearing the Colossus scream soon enough. I don't know what to tell you. That's the next game I'm getting to. So that Colossus, he's gonna be screaming, like it or not. You dash way too much. Way too much. Oh, okay. I need to be super joying out of that more. Like that, again, that's just like a slightly different arrangement of enemies right before the elevator. The elevator is still only really suitable for one person, just like before. I'll spoil something in this part for, from the upcoming Final Fight video. So, just real quick, so I can not do this and panic as I'm being assaulted by enemies. I did an interview with some Japanese guests for the upcoming Final Fight video, and one thing I really wanted to ask them in particular was how they felt about Metro City being like an idea of an American like megalopolis through a Japanese lens, and like what they thought when they were younger and played it, and like what it made them think that America was like. And one of the things one of them said was they couldn't believe that when you went up in the elevator on the roof, there's also pools up there. So he was like, is America full of these big buildings that have pools on the roofs? And these must be everywhere. He's very, very amused by that observation. All right, yeah, I figured we'd have you guys. I feel like jumping at these guys, because of how much they dash, is really the only way to do it. Because they're just gonna jump at basically any given time. Tons of roof pools. Yeah, I guess I didn't really think much about it when I was a kid. I was like, oh, whatever, it's just supposed to be some rich guy's mansion or whatever. So I didn't really think too deeply about it, but also I was, you know, I was living in America, so I kind of got what they were going for, I guess. If you didn't really have that exposure, then I guess you wouldn't really get the context. The Japanese version of the arcade Final Fight, Cody is the protagonist. I mean, the ending is the same though, right? Can I skip? No, I can't scroll you guys off the screen. The ending is the same for the US and the Japanese version, so I guess maybe they were like conceiving of him as the protagonist. That's certainly possible. I think they've definitely said in interviews that they were taking a lot of inspiration from Western movies, like Streets of Fire is obviously the big one. And I recently rewatched Streets of Fire just for the context, and I'd forgotten that the main character's name in that movie was Tom Cody. So like, is that a coincidence? Probably not. Credit feeding now that I'm at the last level. Look at me. Shameful. All right. Yeah, we're doing this. Okay. No. No. Yeah, my video is not, it's not going to be quite as in-depth and going through like everything in Streets of Fire, but it's very, very interesting how some of the things they obviously kind of pulled from that. The music from Sega Spider-Man? You mean the music from Quartet? That's not all what it is. No, I like it too. I like that game too. I think I mentioned in that video that I actually had like experience playing it on like a family vacation in like Virginia. So my experience with it is very tied to like, you know, having fun and being on vacation. Which is, are you guys gonna hit the bear? What are you doing? Why are you just standing there? Totally trying to trick me. Yeah, the I Can Dream, I forgot how much of an earworm the I Can Dream, honestly, all the music from Streets of Fire was. Barrel pizza, you love it. You love to see it. Could go for a barrel pizza right about now. Hockey arenas, interesting. I also have memories of Final Fight, playing Final Fight in a skating rink. Ah, okay. We had a skating rink in the town that I grew up in that would just do open skates and things like that. And that they had a Final Fight machine there, and so I would go off the. I was not like a great skater, but I did take like ice skating lessons and whatnot. I didn't play hockey or anything like that. Ice skating was just fun. And so I would do it with friends sometimes and whatnot, and we would just like play the Final Fight machine there too. It was fun times. I would like to pick up this knife, thank you very much. Final Fight and Spider-Man and wow! That's like a better reason to go to a hockey arena than anything hockey related. It's crazy. I feel like where I grew up, our sort of nondescript, you know, places that you wouldn't associate as having arcade games that actually had them, didn't go quite in on that many. Like, they would have maybe two different cabinets, and that was about all you got. Like we had for a while we had arcade games in 7-Elevens. Like, that's where I played Street Fighter 2 for the first time, was in a 7-Eleven. Cheer them on for a bit and go get food and play video games. Yeah, that's like a good time to me, even now. I don't particularly know anybody who plays hockey, but well, that's not true. I do. Well, I was gonna say, what? You guys are way too well behaved there. What is going on? Yeah, I mean, that Spider-Man game definitely had some weird elements to it for sure, right? Like how they got all small and zoomed out, and like that was that one mode of that where you did like the platforming. Like, if you step back and look at it, like, I didn't think much about it at the time, but it's kind of weird, right? It's like, why? Okay, we're not really doing beat 'em up stuff anymore. We're just kind of doing platforming and like shooting these long-range weapons. It's interesting though. I am from the Chicago area. I grew up in Michigan. So the skating rink part of the thing was referencing Michigan. So I don't know where in Canada you're from, and you don't have to say, but we were right across the border from Ontario, and like I definitely went there my fair share of times because it was nice and easy back then. It's about a 30-minute drive or so, and all you needed was a driver's license to get across, and you were done. That was it. Okay, I did not hit the extra joy in time there. All right, come on, you come back over here. No, you come back over there. Yeah, I've lived in various parts of the Midwest my entire life. I've only really lived in Michigan and Illinois ever. And like for a variety of reasons, I actually really love the Chicago area. If for no other reason than like what a great arcade scene it still has. Like, you got Galloping Ghost here, right? Like what more can I ask for? And there are other reasons I like it too, obviously. It's not just arcade stuff, but boy, that helps. Sure does help. Yeah, food's great here. Chicago's a great town for food. It's fun. All right, I want to be on this side, and now you guys are really trolling me here. Okay, I was in mid-throw, so that one didn't. You're getting oh, okay. No, we're not messing around with any of that. I knew it. Come here. We're getting you right out of there. I would say yes. We're coming up on the end here, and after this, I'm gonna check out what is it, Mega Mode, the mode where they made all the real changes. Yep, we still gotta do the hit squad here. Not playing as Hagar. Let's use some of these punches. And knives. Did I get them? Okay. Both turtles. Yep, double dragon. Night slashers. Ooh, that's a good pull. I feel like the hitbox for those barrels is a little bit bullshit. That's my... Like, I was in line with the bottom barrel, not the upper one, but yet the upper one still hit me. So I don't know, maybe it's like that in the arcade game too, and I just remembered to actually, do the extra joy there. Yeah, I did not play Night Slashers in arcades when it was contemporary. So I do not have memories of that one, but I have a lot of memories of all the other ones you mentioned. I did not remember to jump there. My God, how many of those barrels am I gonna get hit by? Yeah, it's fun. I think I might have played it for the first time at Galloping Ghost, actually. Now that I think about it. Alright, here we go. Here's our... nightmare situation here. How long can I get away with this for? Yeah. Oh, my punch beat out his jump. That was probably just luck. Look at this. I'm clipping this. I did not even touch the Night Striker, or sorry, Night Slashers remake. It did not look great, and apparently it was not great. No, we are not doing that. Okay, I feel like because of that weird little exploit, this section was actually way easier. I don't know how I got him, like, moving up and down like that, but all the monster stuff in the lead characters, yeah, it's like Night Slashers, I feel like, is more of an aesthetic thing than it is like an absolutely amazing beat 'em up. Not to say that it's bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I would also not hold it up as like a huge, you know, shining example, though it's by no means bad. That was not how I planned for that to go. Good soundtrack as well, for sure. Who did the Night Slashers remake? I forget. Data East loved putting electric guitars in their 90s arcade games. That, they definitely did that. God bless Data East soundtracks, if you ask me. Okay, I am falling apart here on this last level. Good lord, come on, you can do better than that. You're all just walking around me. None of you are attacking me. You're all just walking around me. Do your jobs. Alright. Yeah, we got these guys. Right. Okay. Shogo Sakai or Gameadelic. Gameadelic is so good. Like, Gameadelic's like actual albums, too, where they did arrangements and stuff like that. Like, Karnov is Coming to Town is like some kind of a stroke of genius, I swear. Alright, this is as much of a nightmarish situation as it always is, I see. Yep. Alright, we're gonna try and... This is Hagar, if we can. Did not quite get the backbreaker loop on that. Oh my god, I am completely stun-locked. I'm completely stun-locked by these fools, because you can't do the Super Joy immediately when you're getting off the ground. And so they just completely had me locked down there. You can nerd out as much as you want, Chibi UFO. That's what this is all for. And sorry you had a rough day. I just appreciate you keeping the conversation alive. I have never, like, I've been stun-locked a couple times in a row in the arcade version, like, it does happen, but, like, they had me completely locked down. I felt like I was playing, like, 64th Street or something, with how there's no... Or like Gang Wars, how there's no iframes when you get up. Or Burning Fight. Burning Fight was the one. Like, Duffy is just... To pull in a Lord BBH stream meme, Duffy is just completely, you know, coming down on me. Alright, this is Belger. Belger, are you easier to grab in this? Oh my god, you are easier to grab in this. Look at this! You can absolutely clown on this guy in this game. This is nuts. I mean, now he's gonna start doing this. So maybe I can't clown on him as much now. Now he's gonna pay me back for saying that. Oh, come on, Belger. Come on, you're going out the window. We both know you're going out the window. Where you're Hulk Hogan trying to stop all your coworkers from unionizing. Oh my gosh, burning fight. Speaking of Hulk Hogan, there was a Hulk Hogan like a Hulk Hogan like boss and burning fight, wasn't there? He came out and he said like Ichiban or something. I'm not gonna be able to stop thinking about that now. A game where Hulk Hogan is stopping his coworkers from unionizing. Oh my god. But yeah, Belger, they did the same thing to Belger that they did for Rolento. They just made him so much easier. Like until he starts doing the crossbow bolt, he's just got nothing. Like his timing was a little bit tough. Like you'd have to like watch his shadow, and even then it was tough to grab him. Like you had to kind of really time it well, but in this, like he just walks right into it. Special thanks to Pooh. Street Smart. With Street Smart, they're kind of almost like pseudo fighting game, like not fighting game, but not really fighting game thing. Like it wasn't quite a beat 'em up. It wasn't quite a fighting game. It was sort of like this weird hybrid. He can't stay. Not while evil still stalks the streets. And although they put the stereo mixing on this. I don't know if that's coming through on stream or not, but it's panning. This is a crazy good homebrew game. We're gonna check out their arrange mode. Drink Wild Soda. Apparently there's a YouTuber called Drink Wild Soda. Oh, Video Game Esoterica's here on the thanks. We, good channel, Video Game Esoterica. I'm sure a lot of people here probably are familiar with Video Game Esoterica, but that's a good question. Someone's working on a Mega Drive Darkstalkers. Ooh. That is... Yep. Let's see. Video Game Esoterica. It's my impression. All you have to do is elongate that O. I feel like it just gets longer and longer and longer every time he does it. Like he keeps just trying to push it until eventually it's going to be, the first minute of his video, him just going, oh, Esoterica. All right. Time to turn some fun options on. So I saw some stuff in these options. I'm less familiar with SNES Drunk. I know the name, but I don't know that I've ever watched the channel before. Yes, we're going to keep turbo on. Extra options. Okay. So I would like to see what juggling in a final fight looks like. I would like to see what extra moves look like in Final Fight. Boss songs, FF2, FF3. We'll just leave that one on default. So yeah, we got juggling on, we got extra moves on. All right, let's see what's going on here. So we're pressing start. No, we're not going to 2 players, but we're still going to do main game. I guess there's stuff you can unlock for beating it, but I haven't done that yet. So I hope I can see some of that now. Yeah, I know they have an achievement system and things like that. Is this still available on MX's Patreon? I got this just through, I think itch.io. Like there's a link where you can get the newest version and, you know, you can throw them a couple bucks if you want to, but you don't have to. That's where I got this from. Mega Mode. And has a separate save file. And you know what we gotta do, right? We gotta do it. We gotta do it. Okay. Ubersource, are you getting, did she do this in CVS too? I know they gave it to her in Alpha 3. The video of Alpha 3 that they, or the version of Alpha 3 that they put her in. Where they like added her in as a character. Okay, so she's got like... I have not played the Jay and Silent Bob beat 'em up. I am not a... I may try it just because it's a beat 'em up and I almost, you know, feel... Okay, nice. All right, so her combo ender is her like, kick like that. All right, let's see. Trying to figure out... I almost feel like I needed a little bit slower to be able to figure out her infinite punch, but... I need to not have their turbo on. Yeah. Ending with a kick is pretty neat, though. I do like that. So fast. Oh my god. Like the pineapple? Yes, thank you. Kind of want to see if she's a one... Okay, so hold on. I want to see something here. Okay, so she just has a Cody kind of style knee. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's right. We're gonna get this right. Yep. Alright. Knock you fools down with punches. I mean, her punches might be faster than Cody's? They're at least as fast as Cody's. It's hard to really say for sure without, growing up as a girl, you appreciated characters like Maki, especially for a beat-em-up. Yeah, I remember thinking that, you know, obviously the only female characters in a final fight before this were obviously, you know, Roxy and Poison. But I remember thinking how interesting it was when I rented Final Fight 2 and I was like, oh! They, you know, yeah, at the time I would have been thinking like, they put a girl in this, that's crazy. Because I still don't think it was that common, especially in beat-em-ups. Like later characters or later games would definitely add some, and it would become a little bit more commonplace, but... Oh, we got new music. I dig it. I'm guessing it said FF2, FF3, so I'm guessing this is either a song from Final Fight 2 or Final Fight 3, potentially. It's Final Fight 2 music, okay. Yeah, she does have very short range, is my, like, definitely less range than Cody's punch. Like, you kind of have to be right up on, which is not amazing. God, if this is Final Fight 2 music, I've forgotten just how good Final Fight 2 music is. My God, I remember liking it, but holy, this is a good-ass song. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Dark Tetsuya. Like, that's gotta be one of the longest range Super Joys. Yeah, Blaze is the queen of badass women characters. I agree with that. I love playing Blaze in a Streets of Rage, in a Bare Knuckle. She is always the character that I learned that game with. Any of those games. She's my main in Streets of Rage too. I'll do some clears of one, and I don't fully have two down, but one, I actually learned one not too long ago fairly reliably, and I can definitely do one as her, or I can try to do one as her. Yeah, I mean, Axel is usually always obviously a solid choice too. Basically anyone in Streets of Rage 1 but Adam, like Adam has some challenges in that game. The first track in the last stage of Streets of Rage 2 is your favorite. Yeah, I want to probably do some Streets of Rage 4. I'll end up streaming all the Streets of Rage games here at some point, because they're all at least interesting in some ways. Oh yeah. The Blaze Twins are kind of a nightmare for anyone, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, there are tricks for them, obviously. But the Blaze Twins, I find the easiest time, surprise, surprise, with Blaze. Okay, alright. None of that. She's got that pretty nice big hitbox jump kick too, kind of like Cody and Guy do. I was trying to see if maybe she had like a wall jump or something like Guy, but it doesn't really seem like she does, though I know Guy can only jump off of certain parts. Yeah, 4 has some really interesting characters all around, like especially when you have them all unlocked. I think Cherry was actually the first one well, no, her and Blaze, since they're unlocked from the beginning. Oh, okay. But Ubersaurus and I have played many a co-op round of Mr. X's Nightmare in Streets of Rage 4, and we like to do Shiva and Rue. I know Rue is not like an amazing character in that game or anything, but we've created something of a meme for ourselves to where Rue's thing in that game is he can collect those clown minions, right? And you can like summon clowns. And so when we get into particularly tough situations in Mr. X's Nightmare, we'll have me stockpile all of the specials and just summon in like 2 clowns which is just really fun. Yeah, the easiest way to beat the Blaze Twins in Streets of Rage 1 is the back attack. You're 100% right. I, unfortunately, am sometimes a little... Maybe it's my stick, maybe it's me. But I'm not... Sometimes I swear I'm hitting the two buttons together, but I don't get the back attack coming out, if that makes sense. So I'll flub it a lot. And so that can be a little bit unreliable for me. And so there's that way, and then there's also, what is it? You kind of like bait one of them into, because one of them is a grappler, and one of them is a puncher. And so I'd have to look at my notes, but you bait one of them into doing something, and then you can grab. And like there is another way of doing it if you're like me and you're not always like but yeah, the back attack is for sure a good way of doing it. Those clowns never have let us down. I don't know if I've tried Estelle all that much in Streets of Rage 4, to be honest. Now that you say it. I mean, I must have tried her at least a little bit, because I think I've at least tried all the characters. But yeah, the best thing about the clown... Oh, it's the game's easy mode. Okay, interesting. Okay, I was not quite lined up with that, I guess. Buffering the buttons. Yeah, you're right. You're right, TMG. I do that in this game. Well, I mean, this game, it hasn't mapped to a single button, but in, you know, the regular version of the game, which doesn't have that. So yeah, I don't know why that never occurred to me to do it in Streets of Rage. That's pretty dumb, actually. So I'll have to take more advantage of that trick. Yeah, because that would be a way more consistent way of putting it out. You're right. Yeah, the clowns, what's really funny about the clowns is that they'll just get enemies completely stun-locked and whipped sometimes. And like, sometimes they do a shit job, sometimes they do a great job, and it's always kind of fun to see which one they're gonna do. Yeah, see that walk into the ropes trick just doesn't work, I feel like. So we're gonna try some alternate strategies. Okay, good. This is good. I like this. Easy Sodom. We love to see it. Look at that. Easiest Sodom fight I've ever had. I wouldn't have known to do that if someone didn't teach me that trick. Yeah. It's not exactly the most intuitive thing, is it? To just be like, oh, if you just hold one down. Am I not hitting? There we go. It's not quite lined up right there. Break that car, Maki. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I think Ubersaurus is a big Shiva fan, and I think maybe that's maybe that's the reason why he is. Oh, okay. Use you. Everyone over to this side, please. Thank you very much. Oh, you're here earlier, I feel like, than you were before. Okay, are you gonna do this again? Are we gonna do this again? Okay, I just took that katana right away from me. This is one of those ones where Andorre's just got the answers for everything. Yeah, his air combos and juggles are super fun. I know Rue is not like very good, I don't think, in terms of like the general character tier list, but like I love those clowns. I can't help it. I originally picked him because I just like the idea of playing as Rue more than anything else. And like he's got like the super fast spins and stuff, so like he's fun in his own way, but I think in terms of like damage output, he doesn't really stack up to a lot of the other characters for sure. Oh, okay, I walked into a grab. How do you guys respond to this? I know they're not too great with it in the arcade version, but it looks like you guys might just largely walk into this. Which I'll take. I'll take it. Alright, it's not the same arrangement. Ah, that's right, they come right away. I totally forgot. No, get back over there. No. Really? Yeah, no, that makes sense. It makes sense that would be his trick because he does so many spins in that you would want. And probably like attaching an element to them as well, I would imagine. So that you're always doing some type of extra damage with each one. Yeah, I wish, the one thing I will say is, like, it's neat that they put Maki in this, but I wish they would have given, her punch is a little goofy. Older skate? Yeah, it's weird, yeah, it is kind of weird that they didn't do more with him, isn't it? Besides playing a Streets of Rage 2 and 3 versions of Skate. I don't think I messed around, I was never much of a Skate guy. So I don't think I messed her. Okay, so there's no point, because these guys just come on screen right away, so there's no point. Yeah, walked right into the grab. That's what I figured. I like this song, too. I wasn't really paying attention to what was playing during, Sodom, actually. This is a good song. My word. Oh, okay. For God's sake. It's what I get. You're ready to gun me down now, aren't you? Come on. Relatively manageable Eddie E. I don't like that they make the enemies come on screen no matter what. Like, it was always kind of a neat thing to remember, like, if you don't scroll him too far, you can just avoid all the enemies coming onto screen, but it's not that bad. I don't feel like they changed any of these bosses for the worse. Abigail is still pretty rough. I haven't quite figured it out, but sometimes when I don't punch for a minute, Sometimes I come out with a kick instantly. I don't know if that's me holding a direction. I haven't quite figured out how I do that. I did not think I got off the line there, but apparently I did. Which means run, get to the edge. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that they haven't attempted a new final fight by now as well. Especially with, you know, the success that Streets of Rage had. And like you know, there's been a little bit of a beat 'em up renaissance recently, I would say. Seven Sons. I'll have to refresh my memory on what Final Fight Seven Sons was. I assume another sort of like thing in the prototype stage that never really made it out. But yeah, Streetwise was, whew. Streetwise was Streetwise. There's not a lot more I can say about it than that. But yeah, it seems like they should have, you know, with all the cues they've been taking in like their fighting game division, it's a little surprising that they haven't said, oh, look at the, you know, look at the successes that people have been having with beat 'em ups, reviving their old beat 'em up franchises. We should try doing that. But I mean, they could be working on something. It's possible. Of course. Why am I trying to walk up and grab you? That's just dumb. Ah, got behind me. No, we're not settling for that. Alright, we got the Andore gone from back there. Okay, let's see if we can handle this crowd. Ah! I do like her up kick as the combo enter there, because it does have an extra little bit of a crowd control element to it, because it seems like it hits a little further out. Yeah, this is just a totally different pattern, so I'm not really sure how to control these guys as well as I am the patterns in the original one. Oops. I would like the turkey. I would like the turkey. Ah. Stupid Rolento and his stupid grenade. Okay. You are not... Sir, you are not even out of that jump yet, and you grabbed me. That is... This guy! Alright. Okay? Okay. He hit Rolento. I mean, look at how much easier it is to grab him. It's crazy. Okay, that hit me, but... Alright. No, I want to continue with Maki. Oh, it went up higher. Oh. Which made it... Oh, so it had the almost the opposite effect, where it was more of a detriment. Okay. I'll have to... Okay, that's the Rolento I'm used to. Now I feel like he is behaving a little more like I would imagine. That is to say, a little more, you know, bullshit. His grenade patterns are not as nuts, I don't feel like, as they were in the arcade version here. You always wondered if Streetwise came about since Capcom was publishing the GTA series in Japan. Yeah, I think there was a theory about that being the case that I've heard, of just how, like, it has, like, the grit that people associate with GTA, right? That's a reasonable theory, I feel like. Alright, let's see if... I didn't quite line them up. No! Not the last one! No! Ah, ha, ha! Perfect. Yeah, it doesn't seem like her upkick is that punishing in this. It goes up and back out fairly quickly. Okay, that's about as far as it lets me go back. All right. And that was Final Fight 3 music. Okay. Final Fight 2 and 3 music, man. That's... Don't sleep on that, I guess. It's all been pretty great in here so far. See, I'll have to try and figure out how I got the upkick to come out instantly. I'll also have to try and lab this a little bit to see if I can get her... slow her turbo. Can I? No, I assume I can't. Okay. I'm curious if she's a 2 in one direction or a 3 in one direction, like if she's more like Cody or Guy in that way as far as her infinite punch goes. Hard to tell exactly. That it? Alright. And now there's gonna be like a million of these guys. They come from alternating directions like they did before. So now I'm probably gonna have another one coming from behind me at some point. Yeah, come on, do it. This is a... Hey, did you see that? Did you see him go sliding down the screen? Oh my god, okay. I hope someone saw that. I'm gonna clip it. Because that was... He was going... Final Fight 3 being your favorite in the series. Yeah, like I said, I'm actually really interested to revisit that because I did not spend a lot of time with it, and I have heard people over the years say, like, actually Final Fight 3 really underappreciated, and I would believe it. Like, by that time, I feel like people were getting so, you know, beat-em-ups felt so old to people, not to me, but they felt so old to people that just no one cared, you know? And so they weren't, like, properly observing, like, mechanical evolutions and things like that. Just my take. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I gotta remember the one below always hits you for whatever reason. Yeah, I feel like her biggest advantage is that up kick. Like, by quite a bit. Gobble up those sandwiches. And be ready for the next one. I think one more, yep. Whiskey, burger. That's the American diet, Maki. Whiskey and burgers. You gotta watch yourself there, girl. Don't forget hot dogs. Yeah, I don't think scrolling the screen, like, I don't think you can use the old slow screen scroll in this. It's just like we're giving you all these guys at once. All these people at once. Whether you want them or not. Oh, I guess I grabbed that hot dog. She needs her French fries? Yeah, that's true. It's not a complete... That burger might have some lettuce on it. Maybe a tomato. Doesn't everything in Costco come in a drum can? Red Spectra? I haven't been to Costco in a while, but isn't that true? Ah. No. Don't do that. Pretty sure I remember that from Costco, though. You gotta break the drum cans to get your food. Soft serve in a drum can? Yeah. No. You don't get to do that. Just walk away. Drum can and forklift skids. Truly, they missed their opportunity to make the characters of Final Fight be able to pilot a forklift. That's not what you do with a forklift. You drive a forklift. You don't pilot it. Okay, all right. We're getting all uppity. I see. Yeah, there we go. God, I actually feel like in this game, enemies make maybe even more of an effort to walk around you than they did in the arcade version. Like, it's just constantly happening in a way that I feel like was even not even there this much in the original. Little Terror, hello. Go into Costco later. Make sure you break open those drum cans. You never know what you might find inside. Might be sushi. Might be a burg. Might be a dog. Bottle of whiskey. You personally love beat-em-ups more than fighting games. Yeah, that's real hard for me to say, like... I love them both for different reasons. I will admit, because, you know, fighting games being such a multiplayer thing, which I really appreciate, but like, as a person with limited practice time, it's a lot easier for me to put in the time to get good at a beat 'em up than it is put in the time to get good at a fighting game. That may just be me making excuses. I do love fighting games, and I do want to play more of them better, but it's like the practice time it takes is a real thing when you reach a certain point in life. So for that reason, like, I don't know which ones I love better, but I definitely put more time into beat 'em ups and shoot 'em ups and things like that than I do fighting games. And when I do play fighting games, they tend to be older ones that have a little bit, you know, easier systems to get your arms around. Like I do enter side tournaments and things like that at Combo Breaker and some other local tournaments. I rarely go anywhere significantly in them. I think the best, I tend to do okay in mysteries. And I do okay in Windjammers too, whenever I'm at a tournament who is offering that. I made it fairly far in Windjammers 2 at Frosty this year, actually. I think further than I'd ever made it before. Oh, come on. No, with the cheap punchies. Alright, we're gonna stick with Maki for this run. See if we can finish it out here as our last thing. I don't think I'm quite lined up right for this. Yeah, see, sometimes that kick just comes right out. I wonder what the difference is. Could also be a ghetto blaster when you break open the barrel at Costco too. That could be that. Could get one of those. Okay, that was interesting. Boy, oh boy. Okay. No. Nobody misbehave now. Come on. You're good? Okay. Yeah, I can't put the time in, need to compete at tournaments. I watch them a lot. And I do try and enter stuff at Combo Breaker, but like I said, the results are, you know, the results are what you would expect from a person who doesn't put in a lot of practice time. So it's, I would love to be able to find a balance in life of being able to play, you know, play things for fun, play things for videos, practice a little more at fighting games, and still be able to make videos and still be able to work the normal job that I have. But like, there's just, that's at least 2 things too many on that list there. And unless somebody can magically tell me how to make more time in my day, I don't think I'm going to be able to make that work. for as much as I would love to. Let's see here. Yeah, there was the instant kick again. Doesn't seem to be directional based. Maybe it's when an enemy's on screen or something and it's directional based. I haven't. Yes, give me that. Come here. No, I didn't mean to do that. Part of the reason you stopped streaming is you weren't really really having time. I honestly, it's debatable about whether I actually should have or not. But like my view on it is like it's something I want to try. And if I don't like it, I can quit. Or not if I don't like it. I do like it. But if you can quit at any time is the thing, right? But like, I didn't want to use that as an excuse to not try the thing. I like this as Abigail's song. Boy, oh boy, I can't walk up on you at all. Yeah, he beats out those jump kicks sometimes, which is nuts. Wow. You are being very uncooperative, sir. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm a streaming baby still, but I don't want to say that there aren't any streamers that stream the kind of stuff I do, because there certainly are. But I would argue even some of the real weirdo stuff I haven't actually really even done yet. And I feel like I want to be a person who represents especially some of the weird Japanese stuff. Yeah, I think they buffed Abigail. They nerfed everyone else, but they buffed Look at that! He beat out the jump kick. I'm pretty sure he could not beat out the jump kick with this. Ah! I'd have to do like some save state practice with him to like really figure out what his deal is. Look at that, he just beat it. And then he's just sitting here like a dum-dum. Maybe Maki's jump kick is not so great. Oh, time didn't reset when I continued. You're totally right. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not, with what I'm playing today, there's not going to be any magazines or anything to look at, because this is a homebrew game, obviously, and as far as I know, Famitsu hasn't written about this one. Yeah, Abigail is quite a pain. So the thing is I was beating him out with jump kicks as Hagar. I was doing it. Because remember, we had him locked in this loop at the end. But with Maki, he's just beating them all. Oh, except for that one. That was on me. Alright, I really want to try and get to the bottom of this. One more time with Maki-chan. Come on. Sir? Yeah, maybe it has something to do with my timing of it, potentially? I feel like it was pretty lenient with Hagar, though. I feel like I was getting away with a lot with those jump kicks with Hagar, and he's just absolutely shutting me down here. So, Abigail, work in progress. He's a bit of a mystery. Bit of a mystery. No, you're not. Okay. Min Min. It's wonderful. We also appear to have a sign back there just for whiskey, like the idea of whiskey, not a specific brand. Whiskey, are you drinking it? Look, there it is. Call this music school? That is not gonna work. Yeah, I feel like they changed some of the signs, not all the signs, but some of the signs. Oh, there's a Mortal Kombat reference back there. I'm not a big Mortal Kombat person, so I might not have caught that. I love whiskey though. Just like, it's whiskey. We're advertising it on a billboard. I forget, do we have more crazy barrels or anything like that? Oh, wait. Oh! Wait, no. Okay, I think I figured it out. So, there is no dash in this game, but it seems like if you dash and do punch, it comes out every time. So that's how you do it. That must be one of those extra moves. Interesting. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I didn't originally plan, obviously, on doing the Kishimoto stream, but I was like, you know what? We gotta do it. This thing happened, and because I had kind of just streamed some of those games, but it gave me a chance to look at the look at some of the ports, which I would like to further explore on other streams too, because I almost got that Kunio, that Famicom Nekketsu Koha Kunio-kun one credit clear. The Double Dragon one didn't go super well, but I know I can do that Double Dragon one. Just have to de-rust a little bit. Yeah, you're right, it is very Blaze. Very Blaze from Streets of Rage 2. Andori, are you just gonna... Okay, yep, that's fine. I can deal with this. I can deal with funneling you guys. I was afraid he was gonna get behind me there. Come on. Step right up. See, yeah, he's not actually getting behind me. He's just kind of getting like a little bit inside, but not pressing the advantage there. So interesting types of patterns. Okay, yes, kick me over to the turkey, please. It's where I'm trying to get. He and the guy who did Kung Fu kind of made the belt scroller. Yeah, totally. Kung Fu Master is like really widely regarded as the first beat 'em up. I mean, it's always dangerous to be like, oh, this is the first anything, right? Because somebody will come out of the woodwork and be like, oh, well, actually, it was this thing that you never played on the Commodore 64 or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like it's Kung Fu Master is pretty much the first. It's not belt scrolling, obviously. But then, yeah, you had Kunio. And then you had Double Dragon that kind of one-upped it a little bit in terms of its ease of use, I guess. I love the Kunio sports games, and I'm gonna do a stream of a bunch of them one of these days. I also don't need an excuse to play most of those. That hockey game is amazing. The basketball one is amazing. You can play as the NASA team. Yeah, like, look at that. Oh, okay, I didn't execute it in time, but, like, I feel like Poison and Roxy are, like, the use case for that up kick. Nice. Yeah, the Famicom cart is cool because it's, like, that nice purple color. I have a Famicom cart of that downstairs. The Andores just come running in. Oh, yeah, okay. Suffer through Belger's Pool here. Yeah, I think the Famicom Spartan X is still not that crazy expensive or anything like that. I don't feel like the price on that one has gotten absolutely out of control yet. And it especially depends if you're buying like loose carts or boxed or whatever, right? That obviously like wildly impacts the price. I am a boxed person myself, which is, you know, to my detriment, because it usually ends up meaning I pay more money for anything, really. $3, oh god, $3 for a loose cart, that's nothing. That's nothing. And I think, yeah, I don't think the lights on the IREM cartridges, no, because that one was published by Nintendo. It was the lights that would come on the IREM cartridges after that were a make good to the guy at IREM who wanted IREM to publish Kung Fu on the Famicom. But Nintendo scooped it up, kind of made like deals with management at IREM like behind his back, and so he got kind of PO'd, and Nintendo was like, okay, we'll do something special for you guys, and the something special was the lights that were in those IREM Famicom cartridges. It is literally cheaper than lunch and dinner, even at Costco. Oh god, speaking of Costco, here come the barrels. All right, let's... I think I'm gonna have... Am I gonna have more coming? I can't remember. Here... Oh, that's right. These are the guys who just sit behind the barrels like dum-dums. Nintendo during the Famicom is its own cool history lesson of how Japanese companies reacted to them. Yeah, it is for sure. These guys just... Okay, finally he got up. Almost an infinite punch sequence. But it's so fast, I just kind of feel like I'm not necessarily doing it properly. Oh, nice! Got all them with the barrels. Hot dog I drink for about 4. Is that the go? That's pretty good still. I mean, I haven't been to Costco in a minute here. I do not have a membership currently. Yeah, we have, I used to long ago have a membership to Sam's Club, which is a similar outfit to Costco. And, I would get pizza and a drink there a lot back in the day. But I think, Costco is a little bit more respectable as a company these days. So if I were to put my lot in with one of those, it would certainly be Costco. But back then, we didn't know about these. We didn't really have a way of knowing about these things so easily. And back then, also probably, you know, Sam's Club being owned by Walmart was not. Well, I mean, Walmart's always been doing shady things, but I wasn't thinking about it as much then either. I was younger and I was less concerned with those particular ways of the world, right? As we often are when we're younger. But these days, I'm much more concerned with those types of things. For me, it's difficult because, oh boy, yeah, that was gonna happen. For me, it's difficult because living in the Chicago area as I do, I very strongly believe that the Chicago dog is the best form of a hot dog. And it is very difficult for me to eat a hot dog that is not a Chicago-style hot dog because they are just so good. When will I learn my lesson to just extra joy over those barrels because the one above you hits you no matter what? Yeah, Portillo's has gone a little bit downhill. They're still not bad, but they were, this handful of years ago, they were bought by like a venture capital company, and I think the quality went a little bit down. But yeah, there is the cake shake, but honestly, I prefer just their chocolate cake, not in the shake form. Like, their chocolate cake is so good that I would rather just eat the piece of chocolate cake than I would get it in shake form. That's just my preference. A beef sandwich is great. I had never had an Italian beef before I moved to Chicago, and oh god. They're gonna do it again, aren't they? No, they're not. Okay, not quite. Alright. Let's try and control this a little bit, I say as I threw a guy behind me. Yeah, the Chicago deep dish pizza is an interesting one for me. So, like, anyone I've met who lives in the Chicago area does not, like, default to Chicago style as their favorite pizza. I certainly don't. I get a craving for a Chicago deep dish maybe once a year, twice a year. Apart from that, I just eat, you know, quote-unquote normal pizza. Like, my go-to is not a Chicago deep dish at all. I, being originally from Michigan, am a big fan of the Detroit-style pizza with, like, the real crispy crust. Like, that's my go-to. There's a chain called Jets that we have even here that I order from a lot. And, you know, New York is also a very good... what is Altoona-style pizza exactly? Detroit style is very good. I would encourage anyone to try it who has not tried it. I may be biased. And I mean, I can't even, like, I did to an extent grow up with it, but, like, even in Michigan, the pizza that I ate most often was not quote-unquote Detroit style. That was like, dude, guys, these guys are just giving me the business. Yeah. Super. Yeah, Jets makes a thing called an 8-corner pizza, which is exactly what it sounds like, to be honest. It has, like, all the pieces in the pizza all have corners, so, like, each one is a corner piece. It is pretty good. Bell pepper salami and American cheese? Oh no, not on a pizza. How could someone do that? I mean, I like bell pepper on a pizza. I'm okay with that, but that just sounds like the American cheese is really like, you give me salami and I'm kind of like, I don't really love the idea of salami either, but like I could deal. But American cheese on a pizza it's just not acceptable. Like in really any way. Right, yeah, I do have to restrain myself from ordering jets too often. It is very tempting. I try to keep it as a sometimes treat. So it was a blink and you miss it thing, but I feel like I did get a little bit of a juggle. Like I knocked an enemy back and I managed to do a jump kick or something and got a little bit of a juggle off of it. So I'll have to study how you do. Like juggling in Streets of Rage is like very obvious, right? Especially Streets of Rage 4, like how you do it. But in this, I know this had a juggle on off, but it's a little bit less obvious to me. All right, here we go. I was afraid I was going to get hit by that fire. See if we can make you guys behave like we did last time. Yep, a lot of you are doing the thing up in the corner there. I like it. This would sure not work in the arcade version. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to beat that out. Come on, come on, come on. No, it's not going to come out. I don't have enough health for the Super Joy. Throw all the knives, all of them. All right. Let me get a health refill there. One less credit I had to burn through, I guess. Get the ghetto blaster. Throw that guy. It did actually hit somebody off screen. That's pretty good. I did not mean to throw you that way. Try and get some control over this mob here if we can. Not that this mob is gonna let that happen. Ellen B. Spumoni Gardens. Okay, somehow I went in between those barrels. That's fun. I mean, I think ketchup still has its place in the world, right? I don't mind ketchup on a hot dog. Like, I don't prefer it. I prefer a Chicago style, but like, if I'm hungry and like you give me a hot dog and it's like we got ketchup, like yeah, I'm probably gonna put ketchup on it. I am not this. Most people find this weird, but I am not a ketchup on French fries person. I just prefer my French fries with salt, and that's it. No ketchup. I've always been that way. I don't know why. I don't hate it. Like, you know, you don't have to like put a gun to my head to get me to like eat ketchup on fries. Like, I can do it. I just don't prefer it. All right. I agree. Good fries should not need sauces. I am absolutely, yep, I'm absolutely gonna do it. Have to feed another, oh! You can get a game over. That's okay. We saw Belger once today. We don't need to see him again. I want to do one other thing real quick before I call it. I want to go into mega mode and just fool around with one of the other characters with all those options turn on, just to see if I can find anything extra. Yeah, I haven't had Arby's in a bit, but I'm a fan of the Arby's, especially the curly fries. All right, let's see. We've got, okay, these are all on by default. We've got juggling on, we've got extra moves on. Okay, cool. Good, 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 good. Let's see. I just want to pick, like, excuse me, Cody or someone and just, like, play a level here real quick. Just to see if I notice anything. Oh, there's Boss Rush. Boss Rush got unlocked. Yeah, it's been a minute since I looked at the price of Arby's. Like, I don't get it very often. What happens if I just go into the save file, overwrite this slot? Oh, no, I guess not. Yeah, that's so weird to me that there's saves in this. I guess if I went back to that Maki save, what, would I be able to continue or something? Okay, all right, okay, check it out. So, I think the extra move is like Maki's up kick, the dash dash in attack. I think everyone has one, so Cody, uppercut. I kind of just want to see what everybody's extra moves are real quick. I don't think I can... I think I actually have to reset this, but let's see. Let's just see real quick. He gets the uppercut. I'm just curious to see what they give everybody. And so, like, I guess that might play a little bit more into there being, like, a quote-unquote real combo system in Final Fight is maybe kind of what they were going for here, especially with theoretically an ability to juggle. Like they were probably maybe trying to create like a more Streets of Rage type system here would be my guess. All right, let's try. Yeah, we'll overwrite this. We barely had any. Cody and Axel, yeah. Grandapa! Let's see what they gave Guy. Good old useless Guy. Did they give you a move that will redeem you? No? This... I don't know, this it kinda seems like it's short range and a little bit trash. Let me actually see something here, hold on. Okay, this is with my auto fire button. That's the speed for my auto fire button. Yeah, a lot of wind up. They're keeping Guy, I mean, I guess it is a little bit quicker to come out than it looks like, but I don't know. It looks like they kind of kept Guy at the status quo to me. I can never remember. His wall jump just didn't... His wall jump had to be like off of an actual wall or something, right? Oh, there we go, yeah. Now I'm just sitting here trying to do his wall jump. Alright, I want to see Hagar's. I want to see what they gave the mayor. Because, like, trying to make Hagar a combo machine, right, doesn't seem like... That's not really his playstyle. Alright, what do we got here? Okay. I could see that being something. He's just kind of got his... It's almost like he's holding his pipe or something. Come on. Probably one of his moves with the most range? So, like, a good way to, like, give him a little... Yeah, they didn't do him too badly, I wouldn't say. Trying to see if you can work it into like a... Like how they kind of want the combo system to work there. Well, I guess it's probably his combo ender. Is it his combo ender by default? Yeah, it makes me wonder, like, if what they were going for was priority on these. And maybe even instead of combos, like... Maybe those have, like, a little more priority or something to get through moves. I'll have to experiment a little bit to see kind of what they were going for. Alright, I want to try the boss rush real quick before I wrap for the night here. I mean, I assume the boss rush is just going to be a boss rush. But still. That they added a boss rush to... Okay, M-City Bridge, Andoria's Cage. Okay, you can do it on the bridge or you can do it in Andoria's Cage. Okay. And Mega Mode. Okay. Give me Cody. There's the bridge. We'll keep us slightly slower. Oh, Jesus! It's multiple... No! Oh, God! I did not think that this is what... I didn't think they meant like a Crime Fighter style boss rush. Lord! Alright, this is an interesting one to figure out. Yeah, how are you even supposed to do that? Looks like Rolento running around and... Oh, Lord. And he's presumably eventually going to pull out the gun. And he's throwing grenades all over like this very narrow... Look at it, he's got guy wall jumps! Oh my god. I wonder if somebody's like figured out strats for this. Because this is just like a whole other, like... I almost feel like being good at Final Fight only gets you so far in this, right? Like... There has to be like a whole unique set of strats for being able to deal with a mode like this. And here comes the gun! With like no real room to maneuver. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. That is rough. That is really rough.
私だ。マイク・ハガーだ。
Mike Gaga. All right. Boy, oh boy. It's me, Mike Hagar. All right. I am at about time here. Where is it? All right. Okay. All right. Jessica. When I was recording, that's the first time I'd ever played the Japanese version of Final Fight CD. And when I was recording it for that video I did, the scrolling down the belt video that I did on it a long time ago, I just lost my mind when he appeared on the screen and went, Jessica! Oh gosh. All right. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. So my plan, I am gonna stream Thursday before Midwest Gaming Classic still. So we've got some really interesting, so Thursday I've been doing games about Japanese bands and musicians and recording artists as are featured in my book. And so we're going to do more of those this Thursday, but there's a big one coming up that I want to save until after I'm a little bit more recovered from Midwest Gaming Classic. I want to have lots of energy to give it. So we're going to do 2 or 3 of them on Thursday, but I'm going to skip one of them in order a little bit and push it back a week. So I can do maybe my 2 favorites the following Thursday back to back. And they're 2 of my favorite artists, so it really kind of makes sense. So yep, we will be back Thursday and Tuesday and Thursday after that. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. We had quite a lively crowd for a Final Fight port this week, so I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see everybody Thursday. Bye-bye.